Okay, everybody, we are going to continue from this page. We will look at the reference angle of two different angles, and then we will add these reference angles. So alpha prime is the reference angle of -4 radian, and theta prime is the reference angle of 7 radian. So what is the alpha prime plus theta prime? Let's look at the -4 first of all. Of course, the 4 radian, if you look at the positive one, 4 radian is greater than pi, of course, right? It is, 3.14 approximately. And also it is less than 3 pi over 2. Yes, this is the 3 pi over 2. But if you look at the -4, that means if you multiply by negative, you will get -4 radian as greater than negative, yes, -3 pi over 2, but less than -pi. Perfect. Yeah. So maybe I can give you a picture to help you to understand it. Oops. What's happening to my screen here? Okay. Of course, we have the negative. That means we are rotating clockwise, right? So if you are rotating clockwise, it is this is -pi, like that. You see, -pi. Let me write here. And the other one is this one here is -3 pi over 2. -3 pi over 2. And -4 is greater than -3 pi over 2, but less than -pi. So let me change my color to give you the -4 radian. So -4 radian will be somewhere here. So this is the angle, -4 radian, right? It is a less than -pi, but greater than -3 pi over 2. So it is in the second quadrant. All right. So we are looking for the angle between the terminal side and the x-axis here, right? Which is the reference angle of -4. So now, how do you find the difference between -4 and -pi, Shabab? How do you find the difference between two numbers, basically?
We subtract.
We subtract a small one from the big one, right? Bigger one.
So -pi -4.
Yes, we are going to subtract -pi is the big one. Okay? -pi, -pi, minus -4. You see? So -pi is the greater one. -4 is the smaller one. So the big number minus small number. You notice that, Sheba?
Yes.
But it turns out to be -4. -4 will be +4, of course. Result will be 4 minus pi. That is the reference of Shabab, reference of alpha A reference of -4 is 4 minus pi. Okay. How about the 7 radian, Shabab? Let's look at 7 radian. A 7 is clearly greater than 2 pi. Correct? Greater than 2 pi. So it's going to be in the first quadrant, actually. So it is here 2 pi. And when you continue rotating, this will be 5 pi over 2. So 7 radian is greater than 2 pi. That means it is basically 1 rotation and little bit more than 1 rotation, Shabab. You see? 7
So
radian.
it's 7 minus 2 pi.
Yes. But we have to make sure that the 7 radian is not going to go to second quadrant. Yani, it's not going to be greater than 5 pi over 2. Well, 5 pi, you know, approximately 15, right? 15 point something. And if you divide by 2, it's going to be definitely greater than 7. So 7 is less than 5 pi over 2. So it has to stop in the first quadrant. So the difference is the 7 minus 2 pi.
And what if it's in the second quadrant or third?
If it is in the second quadrant, then you need to take the difference between 3 pi, because if you come to the second quadrant, you're going to see the 3 pi, right?
Oh, okay.
You see?
And if it's in the second, 5 pi over 2.
In the second quadrant, it will be 3 pi minus 7. Yeah, minus whatever, for example. If it is 8, for example, right? 8 radian, then it will go to the second quadrant.
Yes.
So if it is 8 radian, maybe let me just draw another picture for you. So the 8 is going to be, Shabab, you see the 1 rotation, and it's going to stop here. Because this is 2 pi here, and this is 3 pi, Shabab. But 8 is definitely less than 3 pi. And this is 5 pi over 2. So clearly greater than 5 pi over 2, but less than 3 pi. So the reference will be,
3 pi minus 8.
Ava, exactly.
Oh, okay. It's clear now.
Yes, you see. So the reference angle of 8 radian is 3 pi minus 8. Ah. So you just, yeah.
Yes, but in the first graph, it's in the first quadrant, and we said the reference will be equal to the original angle, isn't it?
This is not a small angle, Shabab.
So
this is not a small angle in the first quadrant. This is not an acute angle.
So with big angle, it's another story.
Yeah. Yeah. This 7 radian is greater than 1 rotation. Yeah. All right. So, Shabab, now let's say we have theta prime. Theta prime is 7 minus 2 pi, and alpha prime is 4 minus pi. So alpha prime plus theta prime is what? 4 minus pi, and then plus 7 minus 2 pi, So result is 11 minus 3 pi. minus 3 pi. Okay, now we can continue for trigonometric identities. Some of these are, you guys are already quite familiar, I guess. Cosecant is 1 over sine, secant is 1 over cosine, cotangent is 1 over tangent, yeah? So we can write tangent as sine theta divided by cosine theta, and cotangent is cosine theta divided by sine theta. So we have Pythagorean identities, Shabab. The famous sine square theta plus cosine square theta is 1, and tangent square theta plus 1 is secant square, and cotangent square theta plus 1 is cosecant square. Did you guys wonder why is this correct? You know, sine square of theta, any angle, you know, theta is any angle. Sine square of theta plus cosine square of theta is 1. So
Yes, why, Doctor?
Why is that, Shabab? You know, I wonder if you guys had any idea, anything you learned in high school, Shabab. Let me put a new slide here. So maybe we can explain it here. So sine square of theta plus cosine square of theta is 1. So why is like this, Shabab? Well, let's just go back and remember what was the definition of sine theta. How did we calculate sine of theta, Shabab? Can you guys remember?
Sine theta?
Yeah.
The opposite over the hypotenuse.
Yeah. So we had a point on the terminal side, remember, right?
Yes.
So what was the sine theta?
Y?
Y over
R.
R, remember, right?
Yes.
Very simple, right? So the square will be y square over
R squared.
So that's it. How about cosine square, Shabab?
X squared over R squared.
Eyvah, x square over r square. Okay, so what? Can I add it? Yeah.
Yes.
It is x square
Plus Y squared
plus
over
y
R squared.
square over r square. So, okay, so what?
Equal to 1.
Why?
Plus,
Do you know x square plus y square? What is x square plus y square, Shabab?
X minus Y times X plus Y.
R squared.
Yeah. X square plus y square is r square, Shabab. So it is r square divided by r square.
because it's circle, doctor. X square plus Y square.
Yeah, Shabab, don't you remember? If you have an
Yes,
angle,
to
if
find
you
the
have
hypotenuse.
angle here, so this is xy, right? So this is r. How did you calculate the r, huh?
Pythagoras.
R square equal to x square plus y square. So, Shabab, r square divided by r square is 1.
Doctor, what about the root?
Which root, Shabab?
Shouldn't have a root, the x squared and y squared.
Why do you need a root, Shabab?
I think he means if r is not squared.
We
but
have
put r square, not r only.
we have r square here, huh?
Okay.
Ah, perfect. You see now? So a sine square plus cosine square is always equal to 1, you see? Whatever the theta is, it doesn't depend on the theta. So for every theta, sine square plus cosine square is 1. Nice, amazing, clear, and very simple, but it's extremely important. The identity, we call it Pythagorean identity, Shabab. So now we know that sine square of theta plus cosine square of theta is 1. So this is now a rule now, right? Okay, so let me divide, Shabab, both sides by sine square. Let's divide by sine square, both sides. Sine square. So this side will be sine square divided by sine square is 1, right, Shabab?
Yes.
Plus cosine square divided by sine square is what?
It's cotan.
Cotangent square theta equals 1 over sine square is what?
6 squared.
Yes.
Cosec, right? شوف شباب. Aha. So 1 plus cotangent square is cosec square. So it is just coming from this simple rule, sine square plus cosine square equal 1.
So the third one when we divide cosine.
Eyvah, you see شباب?
Okay, I get it now. It's clear.
You see how nice it is? The first is the most important one. This is the most important one, huh? Simple and the most important one. And the second one and third one is coming from the first one. Okay? All right, Shabab. You understand the rule of this game, huh?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Now, let's look at the questions now, practice. Express sine theta in terms of cosine theta. What does it mean? It means by using this famous identity, Shabab.
1 minus cosine square theta.
Yeah. You see, sine square theta plus cosine square theta is 1. We know that one, right? So from here, we need to solve for sine theta, Shabab. Sine square will be 1 minus cosine square theta. And then solving, for sine, so we need to take the root, Shabab. Sine of theta is equal to positive or negative root of 1 minus cosine square theta. Right? Okay. This is exactly what it means. Sine theta in terms of cosine theta, Shabab. All right. Of course, now, how am I going to choose positive or negative? Well, positive or negative depends on theta, of course. If theta is in the first quadrant, sine will be positive. So you need to choose the positive one. If theta is in the third quadrant, right, then you need to choose the negative one. All right. Now, can you write the cosine theta in terms of sine theta, Shabab? It's same thing, right?
Cosine theta in terms of
Yes.
what? Sine theta, yes.
Yeah, cosine theta is going to be the same as positive or
One.
negative root
1.
1 minus sine square. You see, the same steps, huh, Shabab? Similar steps will give you the cosine in terms of sine. Again, it's just positive or negative, depends on the location of the theta, right? Quadrant. Okay. Now let's look at the this one. Express tangent theta in terms of sine theta, and the location is quadrant 2. Well, what do we know about tangent theta, Shabab? Tangent of theta, sine over cosine, right? Sine theta over cosine theta. All right. But he says in terms of sine theta. So that means you need to have only sine function, not any other function, Shabab. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to change the cosine to sine as we did here, huh, Shabab?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. So it is going to be sine theta is fine, and divided by, Shabab, cosine theta. Now, am I going to take the positive or negative for cosine theta?
Positive.
The negative.
Because we are in the quadrant 2. Exactly.
Yes.
So it is negative root 1 minus sine square, Shabab.
And we rationalize the denominator.
Yes. You see? Now, it is in terms of sine. That means we have only sine function, not anything else. All right. Yes, if you like to multiply, Shabab, if you like to multiply the up and down by
Positive root of
1 minus sine square, right?
yes.
Shabab, then what do you get?
Doctor, do we need to do this in the quiz? The last step you just did?
Yes, you need to do that, Shabab. Be careful, you need to simplify it.
It will be sine times the root.
It is sine theta times root 1 minus sine square
Over 1 minus sine square theta.
divided by. Now, you will get 1 minus sine square, but you need to multiply by negative, right?
Yes.
So it will be what?
It will be sine theta.
Sine squared minus
1.
Sine square theta minus 1, right? Because you need to multiply by negative, don't forget. So this is the tangent, Shabab. Tangent theta in terms of sine theta, Shabab. Now, if you guys are a smart guy, you need to make a practice. Cotangent in terms of sine or tangent in terms of cosine, right? You need to play, Shabab. You need to play the game. Otherwise, you will not be good in the exam. You need to play. There are so many possibilities. Tangent in terms of sine, tangent in terms of cosine, cotangent in terms of sine, cotangent in terms of cosine, whatever. It's the same game, right, Shabab? Similar technique. All right. Now the secant is x plus 4 over x, and looks like x is a positive number, so okay. And what is the tangent of theta? Tangent theta. So do we guys remember the identity?
Yes.
All right. Tangent square.
+1.
Tangent square theta plus 1 equals secant square, right?
Yes.
So if I move plus 1 on the other side, so it will be secant square minus 1. Yes. Well, secant square is already given, Shabab, so I need to just square it. Square of secant is x square plus 8x, huh?
Yes, +16.
Plus 16
Or x squared.
over x square, Shabab. This is the secant square. And then I need to subtract 1. All right, so who's going to subtract 1 for me, Shabab?
Multiply 1 by x squared.
Okay, so result is
8x plus 16 over x squared.
8x plus 16, yes.
Over x.
Divided by x square. Perfect.
And we take the root of the tangent theta squared.
Yes. Shabab, this is tangent square, of course. So I need to take root of both sides, Shabab. So tangent of theta is equal to, maybe I should simplify it so you will get.
Take the 4 as a common factor.
Let's take the 4, so it will be
2x plus 4.
4.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you take the root, you need to have positive or negative. 4
2.
will be 2. Yes.
Root of 2x plus 4.
Yes. Sure. Perfect.
Over x.
And then divided by absolute value x, Shabab, right?
Yes.
The root of x square is absolute value of x. But we are sure x is positive, right?
Yes.
We know that x is positive. So absolute value x is the same as x. So that's why I don't need absolute value here. But it's nice to remember the rule, Shabab. Root of x square is absolute value of x. Yes, it is nice to remember that. All right. Well, I need to decide. I need to decide.
How we decide? There is
Yeah.
no coordinate given.
Let me see. Where is the theta? Let me read the question again. Can I have any idea about the location of the theta? Secant theta is what? What is secant theta?
It's positive.
Positive, huh? Secant is positive. Does it tell you anything about the location?
Yes, the fourth quadrant.
Quadrant or 1.
Either quadrant 1 or quadrant 4.
4.
Well, in the quadrant 1, what is tangent?
Positive.
Positive. But we are not sure, right?
Yes.
But in the quadrant 4, what is tangent, Shabab?
Negative.
Okay, let me see the answers. Which one did they put as an answer, Shabab? I cannot put all of them, right? Because you need to have one answer only. So which one is available here?
A.
A, right? The one negative is available. You see? And they cannot also put positive one because both of them are correct, right, Shabab? It could be positive or it could be negative. So they put the negative one. Looks like theta is in the 4th quadrant, you know. All right. Now, has it been clear enough? How did we choose, Shabab? Huh?
Yes.
How in the 4 quadrants it will be negative?
The fourth quadrant, tangent is negative, right? We need to memorize these things. Tangent is negative in the fourth quadrant. Yeah.
Okay.
Tangent is y coordinate divided by x coordinate. Do you remember? Tangent so it is negative in the fourth quadrant. So that's why they give you the negative one. But if it is in the first quadrant, then you need to choose the positive one, which is not here available. Okay. Sine of theta is a over b. Then what is cosine of theta?
You can use
again,
the sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1.
So cosine theta is positive or negative, right? Root
Yes.
1 minus sine square.
Theta, yes.
So it is a square over b square, correct?
Yes.
1 minus sine square, so it is 1 minus a square over b square. Okay, so it is equal to positive or negative
B squared
b
minus
squared
a squared
minus a squared over
b squared.
b squared. Yes, perfect.
And we get b squared minus a squared over b, I think.
So it is a root of b square minus a square
over b.
Over absolute value of b, right, Shabab?
Yes. So it will be c.
Now, Shabab, and which one is possible answer?
C.
C, right? C is the possible answer. Everybody sure, Shabab?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Let alpha be an acute angle. What does it mean, acute angle, Shabab?
Less
Less
than
than
90.
90.
It's a small positive angle, right? A small, that means less than 90 positive angle. And we have 4 times sine of alpha equals 5 times cosine of alpha. Okay, so what is 4 tangent alpha plus secant alpha? So what can we understand from this? Because I need to use this information, Shabab, right? 4 sine alpha equals 5 cosine alpha. Okay, so does it tell you anything?
You can use the formula in the previous question, which is root plus or minus root of.
Or let's look at sine alpha over cosine alpha. Isn't it equal to 5 over 4?
Yes.
Because the 4 sine alpha equal 5 cosine alpha is the same as sine over cosine is 5 over 4, right? Because
Yes.
it's a cross multiplication, it will give you 4 sine equal 5 cosine. So that means exactly, sine over cosine equal alpha. Sine over cosine. You see? Okay, which gives you the tangent basically. I got the tangent alpha. Well, if I have the tangent alpha, how can I find the secant alpha, Shabab?
From the equation.
It's 1 over cosine, so we solve for cosine.
So secant, we have identity. Let's remember the identity, Shabab.
Yes. Tan theta square minus 1 equals to 6 square.
1 plus tangent square is 6 square, right, Shabab?
Yes.
1 plus tangent square is 6 square. So it is 1 plus tangent square is 25 over 16, huh, Shabab?
Yes.
And when you take the root, huh, Shabab, it will give you sec alpha, huh, Shabab?
Yes.
And you see, I am choosing, normally we should have positive or negative here, but I'm choosing positive. Why, Shabab? Why did I choose positive here?
Acute
Because
angle.
it's acute angle.
Alpha is acute, yani small angle in the third quadrant, right? So secant should be positive, of course. So I need to choose positive one.
Yes.
Okay. So can anybody calculate this one?
Yes, it's 41 over 16, root of 41 over 16, which is root of 41 over 4.
4. So this is the sec alpha.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Shabab, now rest is for you. You know the tangent alpha is 5 over 4 and sec alpha root 41 over 4, and put it there and calculate it. Okay, Shabab? I will just leave it to you, you know, just calculation, and I can, you can do it. So we finished the main part. The rest is just the calculation. What is the cotangent square is 16? Cotangent square is 16. Then what is cotangent? Positive or
Sine over sine.
Positive or negative 4, right? So cotangent alpha is positive or negative 4. Because square is 16, so cotangent should be maybe 4 or maybe negative 4, right?
We choose positive.
It's in the third quadrant.
The alpha is in the third quadrant, so I need to choose the positive one.
Yes.
So in the quadrant 3, right? In the quadrant 3, so we will say cotangent alpha is positive 4. Yes. Correct. Well, how can I find this sec alpha? Well, sec alpha is
Maybe root 70, doctor, 17.
Sec alpha is, as you see in the, in the previous question, you see how did we find the sec alpha? It is negative root 1 plus tangent square, right, Shabab?
Yes.
A sec is negative of root. Why did I choose negative, Shabab?
Because of the third quadrant.
Yes, because it is in the third quadrant. Alpha is in the third quadrant, so sec is negative. Yes. Do I know tangent, by the way? Do I know
No,
tangent?
you have cotangent, which is the opposite of tangent.
I know the cotangent. So tangent is 1 over 4.
Yes, it's correct.
Okay, great. So it is negative 1 plus, what is the 1 over 4 square? 1 over
16.
16. Perfect.
Which is 17 over 16. Root of
So
17.
negative root 17
over 4.
over 4. Yes, this is the sec of alpha. So now, Shabab, sometimes using a triangle, gives you a little quicker solution, if you use the right triangle. For example, in the first question, let's go back to the first question, Shabab. We know the tangent alpha is 5/4, right, in this question. So imagine if I draw a triangle, okay? Suppose you have a right triangle and this is alpha. So tangent is 5/4.
Which is y over x.
So that means 5 should be this side, right? And
Yes.
4 should be this side.
Yes.
And the hypotenuse I can calculate by Pythagorean theorem, right? So
Square root of 41.
exactly. You see? Now, can you calculate the sec of alpha now? A sec of alpha is root 41/4. You see how nice it is? How quick, right? And in this one, Shabab, again, let's sketch a triangle because I know cotangent alpha, right? So cotangent alpha is 4. So then where is the 4, Shabab?
X.
4 is here, huh?
Yes.
And there should be 1 here because cotangent is 4 divided by 1. So 4 is here, adjacent side, and 1 should be on the opposite side. And the hypotenuse, again, by Pythagoras theorem, root 17.
Yes.
Okay, now a triangle, Shabab, triangle does not give you a negative or positive because you need to check for the location, understand? Now, if you look at the triangle, a secant will be root 17/4, right? In the triangle, but you need to see where is the location, right? Since the location is in the third quadrant, you need to choose negative root 17/4, not the positive root 17/4. All right? That is the, yes.
When we draw the triangle, 4 it should be minus, right? Because in the third quadrant, x is minus, right?
The x is negative and also y is negative, Shabab, in the third quadrant. Right, Shabab? X is negative and y is negative. But of course, negative is not a length, right? Negative, you cannot use it as a length. So the triangle is helping you to find the numbers, right? To find the numbers. But the positiveness or negativeness, you need to watch out the location. All right? Location is third quadrant, so the sec should be negative root 17/4, not the positive root 17/4. So triangle, it does not, help you for negative positive. It makes the, a calculation easy, right? For you.
Yes.
Next.
Doctor,
Yes.
in the first question before, the answer is 5 plus the root of 41/4, right?
Here,
the final answer of the first question is the 5 plus root 41/4.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Okay. Here we have a tangent of 24 degree is given as a t. Well, because tangent 24, we don't know the value of tangent 24, right, Shabab? So we just call it t. This number is t, tangent 24 degree. So How do we calculate tangent of 516 degree plus cotangent of 156 degree in terms of t? Let's see what is the relation with, you know, tangent 24. So everybody, how do we
Can
calculate?
rewrite it sine over cosine.
So first find the coterminal, Shabab. So 516 minus 360, Shabab, right? When the angle is big, you need to find the coterminal first, right, Shabab?
Yes.
156.
Okay, so it is 156. So this is the same as, Shabab, tangent 156. Okay, and plus cotangent 156. All right. So how do we calculate tangent of 156, Shabab?
Can we say sine over cosine?
Maybe finding the reference angle, but
Yes.
take care about sine.
Yes. What is the reference, Shabab? How do you find the reference of 156?
180 minus.
minus 156.
Yes. So this reference angle is 24, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now tell me, Shabab, what is tangent of 156 degree? Equals what?
Tangent of 24.
Negative, Shabab. Negative tangent 24.
Right.
Why did I put negative?
In the second quadrant.
Exactly. And then also negative cotangent 24.
24. Yes.
Are you guys sure? Are you following? Huh? Be careful, Shabab. All right?
Yes.
Now this is negative t. You see, Shabab? This is negative t. And how about cotangent 24?
Can we write it as 1 over tangent?
Yani 1 over t.
Yes.
Okay. So negative t minus 1 over t. So result, Shabab?
Negative t squared.
Negative t squared
Minus 1
minus 1
over t.
over t. Perfect.
So it's A.
Yes, it is answer A.
Doctor,
Yes.
can I ask a question, please, in the previous slide?
Okay, so yes, of course. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. When we draw the triangle, okay, we know that we have 4 from the tangent, right?
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
you find 1?
Yeah, how did I want 1 here? So cotangent alpha is what?
4 over 1.
Yeah, yes. All right.
Huh?
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now, yes.
Doctor,
Go ahead.
The quiz today on chapter 2.1 and 2.2. I mean 5.1 and
5.1.
5.2.
Yes, 5.1 and 5.2, Shabab. Yes.
Doctor,
Yes.
is tan 24 equal to sine 24 over cosine 24?
Yeah.
Can
Yes,
I
of
write it
course.
like that?
So what are you going to do with that?
No, just I'm asking question. Is it okay if is it
of
equal or it's not?
Shabab, it is rule. Sine tangent theta. Theta is theta. Theta is any theta. Theta is sine theta over cosine theta. What is theta? Well, whatever.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, very good. So, Shabab.
Doctor,
Yes.
The quiz today is 8 p.m., right?
Yes, Shabab. Yes. So tangent 20 is a T. You see the same game, Shabab? Just similar game. What is tangent 160 plus tangent negative 380?
Find the reference and the terminal angles.
Yes, please play the same game, similar game, Shabab. Correct answer is A. So I'm telling you the answer. Correct answer is A. So please, you do it. And you see it.
Doctor, the negative 380, it becomes negative 20, tan negative 20. How we do that?
Yes, you
We
just continue, Shabab. Tangent 71 is B. So how do you calculate cosecant square 19 plus 1?
From the equation, the one with the tan plus 1, is it?
Answer is A, Shabab. So you practice, please.
Doctor.
And more exercise for you, maybe a couple of more. Another one, and the end of this section, Shabab.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Yes.
Could you please mark the answer in your slides? I mean, after we solve the question, we make sure that our answer is correct. Because every time I open the slide, okay, I solved the question, but I don't know if I'm correct or not.
Yeah, please, when you solve it, just show me, Shabab. So I will, inshallah, discuss with you. But make sure you solve it first, and then show me, no problem. So I myself found it's not quite helpful to give the answer, Shabab.
No, I don't mean the steps, Doctor. I just the key answer. I will solve it by myself, but
yes,
I need to see the final answer if it's like.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure if you found the answer, it will be correct because usually we do not put too much confusing the answers for students. When you catch the answer, it will be there actually. So, but just work on it, Shabab, and then you can show me later.
Shukran, Doctor.
Have fun, Shabab. So I wish you good luck with your quiz, inshallah. So I will
be monitored, Doctor.
And also, Doctor, we wish you good luck choosing easy questions.
Inshallah. Inshallah. All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Right.